Yo, what's good? It's Ronnie with You're Gonna Hate This. I haven't done this in a really long time. I was actually gonna look a second ago to see how long it's been. It's definitely probably been like more than a year, probably. The reason I didn't film another episode really early on, and I'm gonna look over here a lot because this is where like my screen capture is, or I can see myself here, so like I keep looking over here, just like I always do that on stream also. Um, I was just like very particular about how I wanted my stream to look. Not my stream, my podcast, because I like seeing a whole body and I like seeing like the visual side of it. So I didn't want it to look like all my other videos and everything, but this doesn't look too bad. And I was like, I really want to make another episode, and I've wanted to for a long time, and hopefully the audio and everything is really good. I made sure I checked everything to make sure that this was going according to plan. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna say that a lot too because my mom always says I'm always like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Um, I just didn't want my podcast to look just like my YouTube videos, but I just feel like I can't have it all those ways. Plus, like my microphone, I couldn't get it to like work inside of my camera and then to be in the other room and then just film that. It was just doing too much for the sake of like, bro, you're sitting on a couch showing your shorts and your shoes, and everybody kept making comments about like my shorts, and we're not gonna get too deep into all that. But I've actually been really excited to do this. I've been trying to like make time to just sit down and just talk for an hour, to just talk about a bunch of random nonsense or whatever it is on my mind that I do want to talk about, or whatever it is that is just happening in everyday life or things I'm interested in and whatnot. Which, I mean, you would think a lot has happened. I mean, I've been grinding YouTube, like, a lot. Like, I've still been writing music and doing my thing. I said on the last episode I would probably make this episode about me, but I'm not going to. Also, if you hear noises or you hear, like that, if you can hear it, I have two cats. And they're brother and sister. One's Bones, one's Sable. I call Bones like 500 different things. I call him Poindexter. I call him Conway the Machine, which is a rapper. I call him Doom. I call him a million different things. Dry Bones. Bones! I be yelling a lot too. But he'll probably come over here. That's why this chair is here also. Because he likes to like come over here. He likes to jump up here and sit and like watch what I'm doing when I'm streaming and all that. No, I've been grinding YouTube a lot. Like a lot. And you guys, like, if you've been watching my videos or my streams or just lurking or whatever, like, you've definitely seen it. Like, and we got to 215 subscribers as of today. Almost 300,000 views overall. So thank you to everybody who has been supporting. And if you aren't supporting and you choose to, thank you for that also. Yeah, I'm just grinding it a lot. And this will go into the same I'll dive more into like what made me want to start YouTube in like the episode where I do like just talk about myself, which won't be this episode. This episode I'll like actually talk about some random things, and I don't know if it'll be an hour. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll just go till the wheels fall off and just see how long everything takes. I'm not really gonna focus on the time, and I hope that it continues recording. That was another thing I was scared of too, is that I didn't want my computer storage to like be like, hey, you ain't got enough storage, and I'm like halfway through talking through the video. So that's another reason too why I'm looking over here, to make sure that it does continue recording. And we've been up for 4 minutes. It feels like I've been talking for 45. No, so like YouTube's been doing really well for me, and I think I've cracked the code for it, and it's like I don't know, I'm obsessed with it now, which I was before too. But like I said, I'll describe more of that in another episode. But I've always wanted to do this on the side of like, rap was always like something I've always wanted to do. Damn, I just said always like 10 times. I've always wanted to like rap. It wasn't my original goal in my life. I'll jump into that in the me episode, not this one. But YouTube has always been something I've wanted to do, not because now it's like kind of oversaturated. Everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to be a content creator, all these things. I've always wanted to. A long time ago, I had a channel called Flight Gaming, and I used to like have a PlayStation 4, and I would stream on it. because I didn't have like equipment or anything or any way to actually like stream professionally and make myself look good. So I would hit like the share button and I would stream on my PlayStation 4, and I would use that stream as a video for YouTube because I didn't have a way to edit my videos or make quality content. So I would be like on Grand Theft Auto and I would be like just doing dumb stuff, getting a motorcycle, like riding and hitting ramps and just destroying everything. But then I would just upload that. And then with streaming, I tried to stream on a Lenovo computer. And I also tried to do it on my MacBook, but it wasn't powerful enough. You see him down here? He's over here. But my computer wasn't strong enough. But I was sitting on the floor in my mom's house trying to stream Fortnite. Playing, is it Arenas? I forgot what it was called. But it was around the time where Siphon kind of came out, where you could like kill somebody and then you could get health back. But that was around the time, like even a little bit before that, I was trying to do it. So I've always been trying to do this. I just never had like an actual like adequate way to like do it. And as you can see, the quality of everything I'm doing, like the setting, everything looks pretty good for the most part. You know, I mean, to me, it's to my standards at this point. And everything can always be upgraded and everything, but I'm not going to dive so hard into that. But YouTube has been doing so much more better because I actually have like tools that I've gotten myself, and like I learned how to do things more. And I've always kind of known how to like make thumbnails and all that, but now it's like I don't want my stuff to look like everybody's. You know what I'm saying? And this will probably sound like I'll probably repeat myself when I do make the me episode. Which I don't know when I'll do it. I thought about making that like episode 8. Like if you know, you know. But I've just been doing YouTube a whole lot, working, still writing music, all this and that. I can't tell you what I've been writing, but like I said, like I've always tried so hard to not just be a perfectionist, but when things aren't up to my standards, it's hard for me to put those things out, no matter what it is. With YouTube, I've kind of gotten past that because I'm like, the videos that I don't think will do super good do really good. Like, they really do. And the videos where I'm like, oh, this will be awesome, fucking not that good. Which, I mean, it'll be like, all right. It won't be like terrible by any means. But I'm past that. I don't really focus on like I have to get this many views. I got to do this. Nah, I'm just going. And it's working. So hopefully we look back on this clip and yeah, we can look at how far we came. But what else was I gonna say? There's so many things that have happened. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I want to talk about this. If you guys haven't already, do you hear them playing with this little crunchy scrunchy thing? It's like one of his favorite toys. And his sister like tries to get it too, but he like loves it, but he always wants to play with it at the wrong times. Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's the 4th movie for Spider-Man that is coming out. I think it's coming out next year, I think. I forgot. I don't know the exact date. But they just dropped the trailer of them like shooting it and everything. And they showed the suit. I would show the suit on I might pop up a picture or something when I edit this. But the suit I did kind of like a little bit. It looks like very true to like the classic Spider-Man look. Damn, dude. It's her. It's not even him. She's like going ham. Do you want to play with that in here? Okay, yeah, she just took it in there. That's ironic. That was crazy. The suit, if you haven't seen the suit or even the trailer, like it's not a trailer for the movie. It's like a trailer and then it just shows him in the suit. Marvel's kind of like, it seems like they're showing us a lot of the movie so then it doesn't get leaked, so then they can say they showed us. And because Marvel's kind of like not doing so well. I mean, I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Let me know what you think. But it's kind of like their movies aren't hitting. Like Fantastic Four didn't hit as hard as they wanted it to. Kind of like after Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, after that everything kind of like dropped. Like everything stopped being as good. And I feel like Spider-Man is what kind of has to pull them out of that hole. So, I mean, I think Brand New Day is going to be like, I'll probably talk more about what I like my predictions about the movie, like in another episode, probably like the next episode, honestly, because I'll probably talk about like Doomsday and everything too. But It's also 9:16 at night right now, so just try to bear with me. And I just got done streaming for like 3 or 4 hours, so I think it was 4 hours. I'm pretty sure. No, the suit. I think the suit looked really good. It looks different than like the suit at the end of No Way Home, which I mean, if you watch No Way Home, dude, I just made a video about this too. Bro, I just made a video about it's what got scrapped out of No Way Home. That'll be like the next video that drops. I don't know. I have my videos like ready. I'm like I said, I'm on it. But the suit itself, I like it a lot. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go see it. I'm really excited for the Spider-Man movie. Not even just because the suit, but like even watching like certain videos like that I just like reacted to, it just gets me pumped. Which like low-key going into the next subject, I just got done watching Daredevil Born Again. Now, I'm late to this because this show's been out for like, I don't know, like maybe a month or 2 months maybe. I watched, so before we talk about Daredevil, because The Punisher is in Daredevil. The Punisher was also a show that was out like years ago. And I watched it and I loved it. And I had got my mom to watch it, and my mom doesn't like superheroes at all. She thinks it's dumb. I don't know. She thinks wrestling's dumb too, but my mom, you know what I'm saying? She smokes cigarettes. Punisher. She loved Punisher like a lot. She was like, "Oh, this is like cool." She doesn't even know who the Punisher is. She's probably heard of him, but she doesn't know Punisher like how she knows Batman or knows Superman. She don't know the Punisher like that. All she sees is a dude shooting people, and yeah, that's all. Like that's the type of stuff she watches. She watches like ID. It's like a channel where basically just a bunch of crime stuff. Like these people died and investigators and serial killer stuff. She watches the same thing over and over and over and over, and it's like, oh my god. But Punisher was a show a while back, and I was really deep into it. Like I was like, oh, this is tight. But then I think after the second season, it got canceled, and I was like, what was the point? Or I can't remember. I remember watching it and being like, I don't know if it was the end of the first season and it didn't get a second season, or it had a second season and wasn't going to get a third. I can't remember. I just remember how it ended. And then I was like, oh my god, are you serious? Like, this is how it's going to end? So whenever he was, like, in Daredevil, like, Born Again, not Daredevil, like, Season 1 and Season 2 and the old show, Born Again, I was like, oh, this is crazy. And Daredevil, dude, this show, if you haven't watched this show, you need to go watch this show. Because I swear, it got me excited for, and I just finished it like 3 or 4 hours ago, probably. I've been watching it since like 9 in the morning. But it got me excited for Marvel stuff again. And there's like a lot of movies that have came out that just aren't. I still haven't seen Fantastic Four, and I want to. It's just I'll just wait. I'll wait a second. And everybody's saying it didn't hit, which I mean, when I watch it, I'll form my own opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? Because Galactus is in it and everything. But Daredevil Born Again is, bro, I kind of want to say it's a 10 out of 10 because it's not a 10 out of 10 because I don't know. Because the whole time I'm watching it, I was hooked the whole time. From the first episode, it felt like it isn't Batman, but it had like Batman vibes. It was very dark. It was grimy. There's blood. There's a lot of like, not anger. There is anger. But it gave me the vibes of like when Batman is just beating the brakes off of like bad guys. Just beating them down. That's what Daredevil's doing. And then Punisher's in it. And if you know the Punisher, this dude, he's not a superhero that like is like trying to save the day necessarily. Like, he's trying to save the day in a sense, but he's trying to tear dudes apart. Like, he is the Punisher. Like, he lives up to his name. And I forgot. I can't even think of any of these actors' names. The actor who plays the Punisher, dude, is the perfect. Is personification the right word for it? He's the right portrayal for the Punisher. The way he acts and everything is just so good, so good. And the way he like, oh my god! If you haven't watched this show, you need to go watch the show. It's 9 minutes. It's on Disney Plus. I didn't want to stop, and I think it was episode 7 Episode 7 until 9, like the end. Dude, that is when this show, like, it gets crazy. Like, everything good about it happens. I mean, I'll probably talk about spoilers here, like, here and there, like, during this, because, like I said, like, I'm late to the party. Like, this show has been out. And it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut about the things. Like, if Endgame came out, and then right when the movie came out, I made, like, a episode talking about it, I wouldn't talk about spoilers. Maybe a portion of it I would, and I'd warn everybody. So right now, I guess it's your warning, spoiler warning. Like, I'm about to talk about the things in Daredevil. There's parts with, like, not the Penguin. I almost said the Penguin. The Kingpin, where it's just like, at first I didn't like his voice, but then I was like, okay, like, this is the Kingpin. Like, this is tight. And when he put on the white suit, I was like, oh, they're finally making him the real deal version of the Penguin. Or I keep almost saying Penguin. Oh, my God. I'm not editing none of that out. Like, stop. Like, the way he's acting like the Kingpin. But a lot of the show, dude, because he becomes the mayor, so, like, he's trying to get the power and everything. And he's obviously still the Kingpin. He's just on some other shit. But, like, when he starts acting like the Kingpin, it's like, okay, this is tight. And even, like, because he's just a big dude. And he's, like, scary to people. He's a problem. But, dude, like, the way they did Punisher, the way they did Daredevil, the Punisher looked good. Even, like, when Daredevil goes and, like, he finds Punisher and he starts talking to him, like, he's just, like, hidden in, like, this area, like, this building, like a bunker, kind of, with guns and everything. And he's just, like, talking in his deep voice, and he's got some hair. And he looks like he's just been, like, not taking care of himself. Daredevil starts talking to him, and then Frank Castle, which is Punisher, he just starts going, dude. I'm trying really hard not to have spoilers. There's this dude also. He's a character. His name's Muse. He's in the comic. He's in comics, but he's in the show too. Basically, and I was gonna tell my mom, like, yo, mom, you should watch Daredevil because you like Punisher, you would like Daredevil. But then in my brain, I'm like, she's not gonna keep watching what happens after this. She'll watch this and then that's it. Especially because I think she likes that stuff because Punisher and Daredevil, it's more realistic. She's not watching Spider-Man swing. Which, crazy fact that I can't believe about my mom is that I love Spider-Man, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I fucking like this guy or anything. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, over here. She's never watched the Spider-Man movie. And that makes no sense to me because how? Like, I have watched all of them so many times. How have you not seen one? And you're, like, older, Mom. Like, I don't get it. But, what was I about to say? Oh, my God. Muse. There's a character named Muse. This is the part where I was saying my mom would like the show because she would like it anyways. Muse is a character who kills people. He kidnaps people. He drains their blood, and he uses their blood to, like, make art, to, like, paint and, like, draw things and all of that. And he looks crazy. He's, like, in all white. He's got, like, overalls. He's got, like, blood dripping everywhere. He, like, gets these things and sucks your blood out. Then he, like, paints. And he's, like, crazy. Obviously, he's crazy. He's, like, kidnapping you for one, and then he's drawing with blood. He's a crazy motherfucker. But he's in it. And what's crazy is I was just reading a comic. I think it was it was like Venom Carnage comic, which I've been getting way back into, like, nerdy shit again. Like life happens, all right? But I started getting back into, like, my roots. Like, I'm over here fucking, oh, what am I gonna read next? And I don't have, like, the physical copies of these things. Like, I wish I did, but that's, like, a lot. You know what I'm saying? I would collect ones that I do genuinely like. But basically, like, I'll watch on YouTube, like, audio versions of it, of people reading the comic and saying what's happening and this and that. That way, like, if I want to buy something, I could buy it and just collect it. But then also, like, I can read any comic I want. And I just been really deep. Like, I was there's this one where, like, Eddie Brock becomes Carnage instead of Cletus Cassidy. So it's more interesting. So it's like, okay. The reason I'm bringing that up is because I just recently, this one I'm talking about, the Eddie Brock and Carnage one, Muse was in it. And that was like the first time I even like was introduced to the character. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And ironically, he's in Daredevil, and I'm like, oh, I know who this guy is. So it was just crazy, but the way they did the episodes from episode 1 to 9, I mean, at first it's kind of like I feel like they do a lot in a short amount of time, and it's all justified. He like does a lot of shit because Daredevil, he's a lawyer, and he's doing these cases, but it's not so sped up. And the way they do these cops in these movies, dude, or not movies, these episodes, it is so like, because there's cops and there's good cops and bad cops, of course. But the Kingpin, he makes like this thing, like a task force, I think is what he called it. But it's basically like he gets a group of all these like really bad cops, and they have these Punisher tattoos. They didn't have to get them, but they have tattoos of the Punisher skull. So it's like these dudes are like bad guys, like they're cops, but like they're crooked. And they show that a lot in the show, and I'm like, it shows a lot of like realism into real like everyday life, but the way they're doing it, like when you're watching it, you're like, this is crazy. But when they're like really like messing people up. But he gets this group of these crooked cops, and the way they're portrayed is like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my god, I just drew a blank. He got this group of these. No, they idolize the Punisher. So like they go to the Punisher, or they try to kidnap the Punisher, and they're like, I don't think they said idolize. I think they probably said idolize. I don't know. And he's just like, you guys are fucking crazy. But like in real life, people like they took the Punisher skull, and Marvel stopped using it for a while. So in real life, like our real life, you know what I'm saying? No other real life than that, right? They were taking the skull and they were putting it on merch and like, you know, using like the cop stuff that was happening and everything. Not gonna talk about political stuff. But Marvel stopped using the Punisher skull because of that. So I think this was like Marvel being like, these are those kind of people. Like this is like the shot of like the bad cops, this and that, whatever. This is not a political debate. In the show, they have these Punisher tattoos, and then, like he gets this group, and like the way they portray the cops is just like so good in this world, and it all takes place in New York also. And the Punisher is in Spider-Man: Brand New Day, so I'm very curious of like the way that Daredevil ends. Like he's Daredevil, but it's like the Kingpin, like he has the task force, and he's the mayor, and he's like, anybody who's like a vigilante, like he's against. He's like, this is illegal now. Spider-Man is a vigilante, so I'm like, and it takes place in New York, so it's like, and Daredevil was Spider-Man's. He was a lawyer inside of No Way Home. So I'm curious to see like how Marvel like portrays this and keeps it going moving forward. Before I even did this, I was gonna look up like what time period does Daredevil Born Again take place in. But, I mean, I think it takes place before Spider-Man No Way Home. Not No Way Home. Brand New Day, obviously. But, like, the Punisher gets locked up and everything, and it ends with him, like, breaking out of the cage. And there's just a whole lot, bro. There's a whole lot. There's too much to explain. If you haven't watched it, you need to go watch it. It definitely got me back into the MCU, for sure. I mean, if I had to rate it, like, 1 to 10, though, I would probably say it's a 9. I don't know. Because I just got done watching it hours ago, so I don't want to say it's a 10. It's probably a 10. It's the first Marvel show I've been hooked on since I watched... Because Loki, I watched season 1, and I didn't watch season 2. I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I liked that a lot. And when I watched this, like, I turned it on, I watched it, and I was like, oh, I'm watching all of this, like, right now. I didn't want to stop. Like, I had to give myself breaks. And I had ads. I was like, bro, fuck these ads. Like, what is going on? I mean, out of all the Marvel shows, this is the best Marvel show. Like, by far. This is the best one. I really want them to make a Punisher show. And I don't know if they're making a Punisher movie. But if they do, dude, it's going to be crazy. But if they made a TV show of Punisher, I'd watch that too. But I feel like it would get, like, overshadowed. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like it wouldn't get like the attention it deserves if it was just a TV show compared to like if the Punisher's a movie, it's going far, bro. But the Punisher's gonna be in Spider-Man, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see how they portray things. And in Daredevil, there's blood, there's gore. There's a part where like Kingpin crushes this dude's head, and like his jaw like comes off his face, and there's blood. There's like people getting stabbed and shot and all types of things. It's very dark. That's why I'm saying like it reminds me of like the Batman, like a lot, because like there's just like that grime and that darkness, and those parts where it's like, oh, this is crazy. So it's like if they're showing if Marvel's showing a whole lot of that right now, besides like with Deadpool it's like funny, but this is like very serious. So it's like if they're showing that now, I don't think they would show it in a Spider-Man movie. But if you put the Punisher in a Spider-Man movie, I can't see him like blowing people's heads off. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. I'm excited for Brand New Day, and if you haven't watched Daredevil Born Again, you need to go watch that like right now. Disney Plus, 9 episodes. I was gonna say best show I've watched in a while. It really is, because I haven't really watched a lot of shows in a hot minute, but this like woke something up where I'm like, oh, I have to watch everything now. Like I want to watch what is it, Alien Earth? It has nothing to do with Marvel, but I want to watch Alien Earth. And there's a while back I got like, I always do this thing randomly where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch all these movies. So it'll be like I'm gonna watch the first Terminator and the second Terminator and then the third one and then all that. So a while back I watched all the Aliens, all of them, and then I watched Romulus also. So like watching this is like, okay, I gotta add this to my collection. You know what I'm saying? So like now I'm like, there's I don't know if it's gonna be more than 2 episodes, but Alien Earth just came out recently, so I'll probably watch that. Maybe I'll talk about that on the next episode. And then I'll probably talk more about like, we'll probably make it like more so like a movie episode, honestly. Or maybe I'll just talk about that stuff on the regular. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying, know what I'm saying. We need to have a know what I'm saying counter. I know my mom, if my mom's watching this, she's counting. That's for sure. But let's talk about wrestling for a second. John Cena turned heel a while back. Let me get a drink. Hold on. Dude, this right here. Also, not sponsored. Ghost needs to sponsor me. Look at this. Come on, bro. Stop playing. You see them cans over there? Don't play. You know what that is. It's not Monster. It's not Red Bull. That's Mio lemonade. Bro, if you don't drink Mio is like a cheat code. It's 0 sugar. This is not sponsored. Why am I talking about Mio? It tastes so good. It tastes hella good. I'm just trying to put people on, you know what I'm saying? I know there's people at home where they're like, oh, like I really want a good juice, but I don't know what to get. Get a Mio. Get a small Mio. Get waters and squirt it in there and drink it. It's hella good. I'm telling you. And it's 0 sugar, so like you won't feel like shit. That's just what it is. John Cena turned heel. I never got to really talk about this. John Cena, what I'm about to do is I'm going to talk about my thoughts of him, because he turned heel and then he turned back to face. So I'm just going to give my thoughts here. John Cena turned heel. I grew up watching John Cena. Like, I grew up watching this guy. He was the prototype, he was the doctor of thugonomics, and he was John Cena, like regular John Cena. And then now, like, if you count it, he's heel John Cena also. Which, when he was doctor of thugonomics, he was heel. But John Cena was never a heel necessarily, even though he was, but he wasn't. I feel like I just love when wrestling, like, I don't know, because it's like they could have missed with a whole lot with this whole John Cena turning heel thing. I think they did it the right way. I think he did it to the best of his ability, where it's like he's saying crazy stuff about the kids in the crowd, the parents in the crowd. And it's so justifiable because his whole career, like the whole generation, like before me and all of them, like the people who love Stone Cold, which Stone Cold is my favorite wrestler of all time. I think John Cena is the greatest, but Stone Cold is my favorite ever. Like they grew up with their versions of Superman per se. So like Hulk Hogan, like there's so many people who love Hulk Hogan, and then there's like the Stone Colds. So it's like John Cena was like a generations hated him, but their kids loved him. And I always loved John Cena. I just love wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying it. I'm trying not to say it. So like there's this like they basically did it like a story where like he has always been the good guy and he has always like done the right thing, and it's like it just got to him eventually. It just finally like I've done everything for all of you. I've always done the right thing. I'm tired of it. All you did was boo me. All of that. So the way they did it made so much sense because he had every reason to be bad. What's crazy too, and everything comes back to Spider-Man with me. And we're gonna talk more about the heel in a second. But John Cena, when he turned heel, and he's always worn all these colorful shirts. When he turned heel, he started wearing black. When he turned back to being a good guy, he came back wearing red and blue. Do you know who was kind of bad when they were in all black? Spider-Man, when he had the black suit, he was really bad. Spider-Man every other day, he's red and blue. He's a good guy. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? I keep saying it. I need a fucking know what I'm saying button. But yeah, so when he turned heel, I was like, oh my God. Because I remember watching it happen and I was like, this is crazy. What's happening? The things I hate about it is like the whole like, and I think every other wrestling fan also agrees with like The Rock getting tied in and then Travis Scott. And then you're like, what is going on? And then like they just never show up again. And you're like, this is dumb. Like why did they, what was the point of them doing this? So I kind of had a theory, and this is all over the place. My fucking bad. Brock Lesnar just came back. John Cena turned back to being a good guy. Brock Lesnar attacks John Cena. So I have this thought in my brain, and I don't know if this will be out before any theory can be debunked, but I'll still put this out regardless. I have the theory that what if Brock Lesnar, because The Rock isn't even tied into this whole story anymore, but what if Brock Lesnar what if there's like a bounty on John Cena's head? Brock Lesnar took that bounty and Brock Lesnar's attacking John Cena. John Cena faces Brock Lesnar and he's like, I'll face you, but if I win, I want to face The Rock at WrestleMania. And then, or no, it ain't even got to be WrestleMania because I don't think John Cena's going to be at WrestleMania. But just faces The Rock. And then what if The Rock is John Cena's final opponent? And it's like John Cena versus The Rock 3. I'm not super deep on this theory, but Brock Lesnar has to have a reason why he's attacking John Cena. He just came out of nowhere, stared him down, attacked him. Like he did like years ago. But years ago, it was just a return. This is like, what is your motive? And Brock Lesnar's not going to show up to lose. But also, he's not going to show up for no reason. And he has no Paul Heyman or nothing, so I don't know what's going to go on there. But my thoughts on the whole heel run is, I liked every part of it. Especially, like, I was always, like, waiting for his next promo. I was like, what's he going to say? What's the crazy thing he's going to say now? And he was the champ, and I loved when he would come out, and they'd be like, the greatest of all time, the never seen 17. Like, when they would say all that, I'm like, this is dope. And he started embracing it. Because when people would say he's the GOAT, he would be like, no, it's not me. Whatever, I'm flattered. This time, he was like, oh, I'm the GOAT, bro. Like, I really am. And I loved it. And then when he randomly was turning face, I was, like, confused for a second. But I had already seen it coming. I called it before. When he first turned heel, I was like, there's no way he's going to stay a bad guy. I was like, he's going to eventually turn back to being good. And then he did. And he lost the belt to Cody, which, I mean, I didn't think, like, he would win necessarily, but I didn't want him to lose, if that makes sense. Because I couldn't see him losing to Cody, like, losing the belt. But I could see him, like, taking the belt with him and then bringing in, like, the Winged Eagle belt or just a different concept of the belt. So then it's like, we can get rid of this old design and bring in a new one. So I don't know. I mean, that's what I thought would potentially happen. But, I mean, I don't know what's happening. All I know is that wrestling is really good right now. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every part of it. I mean, there's a couple storylines that kind of suck. But as far as the John Cena heel turn, Like, I loved it. When he turned face, I was like, seeing it coming. I still love it. I love John Cena. Like, who doesn't at this point? You know what I'm saying? I keep saying that shit. I'm trying to think if there was anything else about that. Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe he'll face The Rock because they have to justify him leaving, like The Rock leaving. And John Cena's last opponent, I mean, I don't know who else it could be unless it's like a Braun Breaker or something. John Cena, whoever he faces last, either has to be an iconic match that tells a story, like a long-term story. That's why I said The Rock. And it would be like Rock and Cena 3. Or another person who he could bring up in the company who could beat him. John Cena lost his first match against Kurt Angle. So it makes sense for him to kind of lose his last match. And his whole gimmick of the hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up, don't ever stop trying, all that, it'll be justified. Because he would lose his final match the same way he lost his first one, and he will still never give up. Boom, it's a story. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying it, and I'm not doing that on purpose. I swear to God. But, yeah, that was that. Let's talk about these cats for like 5 seconds. I'll give them a little bit of... you see her? Can you see her? She's right here. Look. She is knocked out. Her name is Sable. Which Sable is... She was a wrestler. Like, if you don't already know. And then Bones, I named him Bones because, like, how he looked. And usually, like, with animals, like, I feel like they earn their name. Like, as far as, like, how they act and all this and that. Like, China, I named China because she was, like, a beast. Like, she was destroying her brothers. And she was just strong. And then I was just like, I mean, she's a girl. I'm going to name her China. Boom. And I did. And then Sable was Sable. I almost named her, what was I going to name her? It was something like with a first name and a middle name. So, like, an example would be like Billy Bob. Like, it was going to be something like that. I thought about Griselda because I was like, you know, like rap group. But her name's Sable. I mean, until I change it. And then Bones, he's got like 50 different names. I mean, he looks like a skeleton. And my favorite Mario character is Dry Bones. But that's not why I named him Dry Bones necessarily. But he's just Bones. I call him Bojack. I call him like 500 things. And I call her girl more than anything. So I should just name her girl at this point. I'll be like, what's up, girl? What you doing, girl? You see? She knows I'm talking to her. And I think he's over there, like, behind the curtain or something, but I originally was just going to get her, and she looked like hella cool. I went there, and then they told me if you get 2 cats, it would be the same price as one, and then he was there. There was 2 other cats there. So there's 3 in total. There was her, a brother, and him. Well, he's her brother, but the other cat also. I don't know if the other cat was her brother, too. He was, like, big and, like, gray. He just looked kind of generic. But he was also just, you know. And then originally, like, when I seen Bones, I was, like, holding him. And I was like, oh, my God. And then I was like, fine. And then she could have, like, a brother. And also, like, they could be together. And I feel like when you separate siblings, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you take, like, a brother away from their brother or brother away from the sister, like, it's, like, sad. It's already sad taking them away from their parents. So it's, like, splitting them up, you know. And even when I got her and him, she's always been super, like, very sensitive, very anxious, very scared of everything. Him, he's, like, so outgoing. He doesn't care. He's very, like, adventurous. Like, he'll touch everything. He's looking at everything. I think he has ADHD. He's just like me. Like, he's all over the place. Like, he's playing with her, then he's, like, eating, and then he's jumping on me, then he's playing with a toy, then he's attacking her again, then he's looking out the window. Like, he's doing 50 different things in, like, 5 minutes. But he's just, like, not, like, everybody has, like, that animal. I think he's my animal. Like, he's mine where it's, like, everybody has that animal they always loved, or, like, that helped them get through things, or just helped them in their life, their everyday life, and you just, like, you'll always remember that specific animal. He is mine. Like, I can already tell, like, if I was going to be homeless tomorrow, he would be with me 24/7. And the thing, too, is, like, he actually, like, I could tell he cares about me. And, like, oh, no, now it's a cat podcast. No, I'm just talking about my cats for a second, all right? It's been a hot minute. But like if I get up for any reason, he will get up too. He's always like watching. It's like he senses that I'm leaving or moving. If I leave the house, if I come back, he's sitting at the door. It's like he's just been sitting there. And if I leave for like a day and I come back, he's sitting at the door. And I'm like, have you been sitting here for like 12 hours? Like, what are you doing? So like if I get up and go to the bathroom, he'll go to the bathroom. If I sit on the couch, he's like always watching me. Like all that. He's always on it. He always like hugs me. He like really hugs me. I could pick him up. Like every single time I come home, I will pick him up. I'll see him and I'll be like, "What's up, dude?" And I'll pick him up and I'll put him right here, and he'll like lean his head into my shoulder and he'll like give me an actual hug. It's different. And I know you're probably listening to this like, this nigga. Nah, I swear to God, it's a real hug. He really cares about me, and I swear to God, I would do anything for this dude. I love Bones. We love Bones. I need to give Bones an emote on my Twitch. Also, thank you to everybody who has been supporting my YouTube. No, we won't even talk about YouTube yet. Twitch. Thanks to everybody who's been supporting my Twitch. Dude, I can get paid for my streams now. Like, I can get subscriptions, and I've been streaming, like, long hours, just constantly grinding. So thank you to everybody who really did help me get to that point on Twitch, because that's an eye-opener. You know, like, you just got to be consistent with everything you do. I'm not playing, and I started working out at the gym. Now you're, like, probably listening, and you're like, he was just talking about cats, then he was talking about YouTube, but then he switched from YouTube went to Twitch, and then now he's talking about the gym. This all correlates, bro. When I started going to the gym 3 years ago, I always talk about this. I always bring this up to everybody. I was working out every day, 6 days a week, straight up. 1 day off, Saturdays. And you can ask my mom or anybody. If I was sick, I would still go to the gym. If there was ice on the ground, I was still going to the gym. If it was storming, I was still going to the gym. If I was tired, I was still going to the gym. You couldn't stop me. And then when people would start telling me about like my size, I didn't even know it and I didn't see it, and I still can't. Like I visually cannot see it. Sometimes like if I take a picture in the mirror or something, months later it'll pop, or a year later, whenever the picture just pops up in your memories, it'll pop up. I'll see it, and then sometimes I can see a difference. But every other day I cannot tell anything. But people were coming to me and telling me, like, hey, you're getting big, or damn, dude, you're big. Like, what are you eating, or what do you do? And dude, we ain't gonna get into all that. We'll talk about, like, certain stories about the gym and all this and that, like, at other points. I just noticed, too, I keep saying all this and that. We gotta stop what I'm saying. All this and that, you know what I mean? We gotta stop all that, like, immediately. Because I can't keep saying that bullshit. What the gym did, it taught me that if you are consistent at anything you do, no matter what it is, and you just work hard, you could even be just a little hard. You will always get progress from it. You'll always get something. I have been grinding this shit, not the gym anymore. I still go to the gym. Like, don't get it twisted. I've been grinding YouTube and streaming a lot. Like, I'm going. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm going. And it is working because I'm going. Because I keep doing it. So what I'm saying is, if you have to take anything away from this episode, and I think at the end of the first episode, I was saying, like, I think I'll always leave some sort of motivation or something in each episode, which I don't know if I'll do it, you know, like, after you get to, like, episode 1,000, which we're not even at 5, but once you get to 1,000, like, what can you really say besides keep going? You know, like, I was gonna say that shit again. If you gotta take anything away from this, just be consistent. Like, that's all you gotta do. Just be consistent in whatever you do. And sometimes you might be doing something and you might love it, but it might not love you back. But it's like, sometimes you might have to switch what you're doing. You know? Like, especially, like, with the times, or you got to pick what's going to work for you and what you're going to be happy with doing. And regardless what anybody thinks or says or anything. You know, criticism is criticism, and constructive criticism is that. But it's also like whatever you feel like doing. Like, I'm going to drop this episode, and there's been so many times where, like, I probably messed up with talking, where I said, know what I'm saying? This and that and all those and that's, and know what I'm saying? Like, so many times. And I don't care, you know? Like, that's just what it is. This is the product, and this is what if you like it, you like it. And not everybody is going to like what you do. Not everybody's going to support what you do. Not everybody's going to like what you do. Not everybody's going to think what you're doing is going to work. But, you know, sometimes it does. And all you got to do is just shut out all the noise and just find something you're passionate about, or something that you want to do, or something you might think is interesting, or be like, hey, like, I want to start going to the gym. You just got to start. The hardest part about doing anything is just starting. That's honestly the hardest part in every single thing ever. Like, when people get jobs, or people start new, like just hobbies or anything. Like, the first day is always the hardest, because, you're probably nervous. You don't know what's going on. Or, like, you're afraid of, like, what could happen in a bad way. But just think what happens if it works. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying that dumb shit. But it's like, just stop thinking about the bad things and just think of every way that it could work. Instead of thinking like, oh, what if it don't? Well, what if it does? It's the same shit. When I drop this, I'm not expecting to get 1 million views. If I do, the thing with me is, like, if I drop a video, even if I had 1 million views, I don't even think I would care. Like, I would care. I'd be like, oh shit, that's crazy. I would just be focused on my next video. That's how I am. Like, I don't focus on like I'll promote it once. Bam, here's the video. Here you go watch it. Or don't, whichever. Then I'm already on the next video. So I'm not even focusing. I'm not watching the numbers or none of that. I look at my numbers and my analytics and all that, but I don't trip off of nothing. I'm just going. I'm just doing shit. And it's working. And that's just how it is. And that's what consistency did. You just got to be consistent with what you do, and you'll always get something. It don't matter if it's 1 view, 5 views, 50 views, 500 views, 500,000 views, 500 billion views. It does not matter. Just be consistent with whatever it is you're doing. If it's the gym, if it's streaming, YouTubing, podcasting, whatever it is. No matter what. And also, I forgot to say this at the beginning. I am not trying to be a professional podcaster. The way I look at my channel is I look at it, I think I said it in the first episode, but if I did, I'm going to say it again. I look at my channel differently than other people might look at theirs. My channel, like my YouTube channel, I look at this as a network. So my whole channel is a Ronniee network. So everything I do on here, playlist-wise and everything, it's a channel on my network. So my whole YouTube shit, it's everything Ronniee. So you might get me playing the game. You might get the podcast section. You might get the reactions. All these types of deals, the reviews, all types of shit. So that's just how mine is. I don't mean that's how you got to do yours. This is just how I do my thing. So I can do whatever I want and not trip off of it. And I could put it all in one place. And if people only want to come here for the podcast part, cool. You can still subscribe and you can watch the podcast portion. You ain't got to watch fucking me playing Marvel Rivals or talking about Spider-Man and all that. You can just come here for this part. And it's only going to get better, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way things can go. You just learn from what works and what don't work, and you just go based off of that and see what happens. So, yeah, if you got to take anything, just be consistent. Find something you like to do. Do it. Make sure you actually like it, too. And if you don't think you're good at it, just try it. And you might figure out that you are better at some things that you don't think that you could have possibly been good at. That's just what it is, no matter what it is. But, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. It's been 50 minutes. I thought we were going to do it for like a whole hour or whatever. This was definitely fun, though. And if you guys like this scenery, not just scenery, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. If you like this layout better than like a full body layout, let me know. And then I'll go based off of that, and I'll just see what I'll do. Because I originally wanted a full body showing for a podcast. But I feel like this is just a little more efficient and a little more easier for me to do anyways. And like there's kind of like, you know, you can see a fucking WWE championship back there. World heavyweight undisputed. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, this is just a little bit better, and I feel like I could like make more episodes if I did it this way. But I'm not tripping about the other way. So if you like this display and all this and that, let me know in the comments. If you got any questions or any like hot takes or anything like that, anything you want me to touch on or talk about or anything, let me know. DM me, comment. I'll get to it when I can. All of that. Because I'm interested in that type of stuff. Sometimes people will be like, hey, you should watch this video. And I'm like, all right. And then I watch the video and I get my thoughts on it. Like that's just the way it is. And sometimes like it could be a video I would have never thought of even watching or any of that. But this was definitely a whole lot of fun. I did actually enjoy this a lot. I wish it could have been longer, but that's so crazy that 50 minutes went by that quick. But yeah, if you're new, hit the follow button, hit the post notification. I feel like I'm streaming. That's my stream outing, whatever you want to call it. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I don't even know what to say. I'm used to my Twitch shit. Subscribe if you like this. Comment any ideas or anything like that you want me to touch on or any of that. Are you excited for like Spider-Man Brand New Day? If you haven't watched Daredevil, go watch Daredevil. Like seriously, what do you think about like the John Cena the heel flip, the face turn, the heel turn, face flip? I can't even talk. I can't. God, it's fucking 10 o'clock at night and I'm yelling and my neighbor's gonna call the cops. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the second episode of You're Gonna Hate This. I think I said at the beginning, I want to change the name of this. If you have any name recommendations, let me know. I might keep the name because it's not a bad name necessarily. I just kind of want to do something that's like a little different. But at the same time, I'm not super deep on, I got to change it. But it's still early on too, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that should be like the intro. Hey, what's up? It's Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck. Stupid joke. Corny joke. My bad. Yeah, I kind of want to change the name. Might not. Might will. I'm not sure. Let me know if you have any name recommendations also. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you tune into the next one. Hopefully you tune into my next video. Subscribe if you liked all of this or any of this or you got anything from this. And I hope you did. And yeah, I will see you guys on my next YouTube video, hopefully my next stream, and my next podcast episode, which will definitely be sooner than later this time, especially if I stick to this layout. But thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys next time.